I'm actually low maintenance.
I am low maintenance too.
Compared to what?
Well, what makes me high maintenance?
You want the list?
Yes.
No, you don't.
I do. Go
It's
ahead.
recording.
I know.
You
Go
do
ahead. Tell
not
me
want-
tell me
No,
about high maintenance.
I don't want to reveal all your secrets to,
Oh, I see what
the
you're saying.
world.
Okay.
You follow?
Most of what I share though is like I share a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not going to go well for me. I'll tell you now. Yeah. You're low maintenance. All right. Oh.
All right, babe. You want
Well,
to
one
start
of
it
us
out?
has turned a bedroom into a closet, and one of us is not. Let's start there.
Well, this is my version of this. Do you want to hear my version? I
Of
basically
course.
felt like all of your things were migrating onto my side of the closet. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just let him have the closet to himself.
Aren't you sweet?
I know.
That's not the case.
It is completely the case.
Of course it is. Anyhow, are you ready?
Past the fire, past the sounds. Moonshine through the clouds. Saddle up, 'cause there's no stopping me now.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Living Well Together.
Big life in a small town.
Yes.
We love
We're
our
having
big life
a
in
big
a small
life
town.
moment.
We are. We don't know if Graham's going to just cut out what just happened.
Yeah,
but
there's going to have to be
maybe,
some
maybe not.
editing. Either that or the Patreon version where you pay to play is going to be lighting up the airwaves.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about this week? Who's our guest?
Who is our guest?
There isn't one.
There isn't a guest today. This is
On
fun,
purpose,
though.
though.
Yeah, on purpose. Yeah, we really wanted to get together and just kind of recap and just, I don't know, what are we doing?
Well,
Unscripted. That's what we were saying.
Yeah, it's
very
it's
unscripted.
unplugged, unscripted. But at the end of the day, too, sometimes it's nice to not have to be a host or hostess.
Yes, we can just chat.
Yeah, we can just have a real minute, and Graham can hang out and edit the things that nobody else should know. It's perfect.
Or care about.
He's also our medico-legal team.
We are really appreciative of Graham.
It's super fun. But, well, I'll let you kind of start. We're talking about our list, or what have we been doing, or why,
Just in the
what,
past
why, and
month
how.
or so,
Because we're
what's been
halfway into
happening.
summer. We just had the 4th of July.
And halfway through the year.
Which oh my gosh.
I know. That's what I was thinking. It's like,
halfway
my
gone.
gosh, where does the time go? We've been recording podcast episodes since January, February.
Somewhere in there.
We have 81 pieces of video on our podcast channel on YouTube right now.
81.
81.
Approaching 100. We should do something special, kind of like
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Well, that's another thing that we wanted to do. We hit our 150 subscribers on YouTube, so we're going to be giving away.
And we pulled a name out of the hat. We should have maybe invited that person to be our guest, but maybe we'll do that a different time.
Yeah, but you guys have a nice relationship. She's a patient in the office. And so you're going to get to see her and you can present it to her then. But you want to say how we decided on the recipient?
Oh, well, we just actually went through either the shorts and or the existing podcast things.
Yeah, the comments.
And we just put anybody who had ever commented, we put their name in a hat and drew the name.
Right, yeah.
And how many were there?
There were quite a few.
A handful.
Yeah.
Some of whom were people we know. Some of whom were people we have never met.
Right.
Actually, what was fun for me, because you said, hey, there's comments, and then, and I had never actually logged on to our YouTube channel.
No, he hadn't.
So you had to teach me how to log into our YouTube channel.
He's really good at technology.
Yeah.
And he loves to learn new technology things because he has neural plasticity.
On opposite day. I love all that stuff, actually. So anyway, I had to log in. And so I'm typing into the search area there, and Living Well was the first thing I typed in. And a blue million things are labeled or called Living Well. I mean, all kinds of other things that we have nothing to do with.
Right.
And here we thought we were being like the most original people on the planet.
Well, I had to go through and find something that wasn't one of those other Living Well things.
Right. But I mean, we, from a branding standpoint, Living Well Spine Center has been our office for now 18 years.
2007,
And you have your Living Well Beauty line of things, and
Right.
we have other Living Well spin-off type
Exactly.
business-oriented things. But when you typed in Living Well just to find out how do I get to my own podcast channel, there was a blue million things to look at, some of which were pretty fascinating, I got to say. Maybe we should have some of those people as guests on the podcast. But when I started going through and fishing through, looking at the comments, there was abundant laughter.
There was abundant laughter because there was a short that just came out, I think, this morning, and it was about why managing sickness is breaking the bank is the title of it.
Yeah.
And it's from episode 24. Is that right, Graham? I think so. Yeah. And so everybody wants to share their thoughts and opinions.
Everybody's a keyboard warrior.
And
people are happy to share their opinion. And,
Yeah.
And sometimes they're maybe right or have a valid concern. Sometimes they're just spewing and it's fairly entertaining. I love the people who don't agree or have some kind of other perspective.
It's really hard for me. I have much thinner skin than I thought that I did.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. This is helping me to develop some calluses.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Like and I get very defensive. Like somebody said something about relating to you. You're not medically trained or licensed as a chiropractor. It's almost completely pseudoscience. And so I know you think it's funny.
Super entertaining.
Yeah. And you, in that short, you were just talking about having a safe place for graduates to land who want to learn about running a business.
Which we'll also talk
running a
about as
practice.
part of our conversation today, kind of unscripted.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are always happy to read into it and chime into it and reveal their perspective on things.
Right.
And so
But the winner of the local Treats and Treasures basket is Dolores Ford. And I think she had 11 comments on various episodes.
So her what do you call that? Her probability was high.
Oh, so high.
Because
all the others were just ones.
Yeah, you got one ticket for every time you dropped a comment. And so hers were not hard to find. I love that.
And they were very sweet. They were all
100%.
very encouraging. She knew we were just starting this journey. And so she always made my day.
Yeah.
I'd wake up and there was a comment from
And
Dolores
she is
Ford.
a delightful human being. So yeah, everything you're describing fits. I mean, it's perfect.
It's perfect. And I hope she enjoys everything.
Well, we
that's
have some
in
other
this
things to
basket.
add to it that don't fit in the basket.
Oh,
So we'll
good.
have some.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have that
Additional
basket is
things
only.
too?
Yeah, that's only part of what you'll see.
Yeah.
And then we've got some other guests lined up from the local area. So the lady that owns Giovanni's, which is kind of a landmark destination here in Fairborn,
Yes.
she's going to be on. Mr. Foy doesn't know it, but he's on the list, right? So there's some other things that are just local kind of standby landmarks that we'll have, in the not terribly distant future.
Yeah.
But yeah, giving away this basket is awesome because I just
It
can't
is.
wait to get it, out to the hands of the people that will enjoy it.
But it's also a milestone
Okay.
for the podcast too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm excited about. It's like, oh yay, we got to 150, and then it was kind of like as soon as we hit 150, then a whole bunch of more people
Clickety,
subscribed.
clickety, click.
Yeah, we love that.
And all
Makes
that
it really
drives
fun.
the algorithm. So one of the things that we are looking to do is just expanding our reach.
Right.
And so every time, every comment, every algorithm, every possibility,
Even a
every
like
click,
or share.
likes,
all of
shares, and subscribes, that helps build the algorithm.
Yeah.
And we've got people now that are wanting to start sponsoring and advertising through the podcast.
Which is
so
very fun.
that's going to be super fun. I think Living Well Spine Center might actually be on the list of maybe possible advertisers.
I was actually wondering if that was the only one.
No, there's a bunch. And so, there's a couple of hair salons here in town. There's some other people that are like, hey, how do we get a piece of that? So right now, it's not like we're making money. We've spent
This is
money. We're not
really
making
for
money.
fun, but we want to make sure that it's fun with an impact.
As soon as it's not fun, we will stop.
We will stop. Yeah.
100%. So anyway, Dolores Ford, super excited to see you the
Yay,
next time you're in the
Dolores.
office.
We're
We'll have
so happy
your
for you.
basket
Thank
ready.
you for being such an encouragement for us.
I had
Appreciate it.
a bunch of students here this weekend from several chiropractic colleges, and they were getting a tour of the office. And so as we were touring, here's the rooms I work in, here's what we do in this room, that room, the other room, and we came into the podcast booth, the room.
This is the
Yes.
podcast booth.
And everybody says, "Oh my gosh, it looks so huge when you're on, TV." The podcast room is about this big, and it's actually in my office,
It's
in my
his personal office.
my personal space. So we've jammed what you see into a pretty tight space.
And
But
see, I see it as being very efficient with space.
all these students were like, oh, what? Really? This is where you do that? Yeah, it's about this big.
I wonder how other people's
It's like a
podcast
clown
rooms
car
are.
where you see like 13 clowns getting out of a Yugo.
Graham, do you feel like that most podcast studios are just really
They might have a dedicated room.
okay, got it.
Yeah,
But
it
maybe
doesn't-
bigger than this?
It's not like we're getting the Mormon Tabernacle Choir to
No,
be
no,
on the
right,
podcast. We don't need
exactly.
a ton of space.
No,
It's
right.
just kind of funny how, because what you see or what's projected is bigger than life somehow. And then what it actually is like a broom closet with a microphone or two. It's fun.
But
Big
we make
fun.
it work.
Yeah.
And we got some new mic stands. Graham found these
Check it.
really fancy mic stands. They are so fancy.
Lower profile. They don't
Lower
look like those big
profile.
archaic
Yeah.
dinosaur arms.
Which were almost impossible to move things around. So if you needed to adjust the mic, it just seemed like it was just really, you were wrestling with it. So
These are more high tech.
yeah. I
Yes.
love that he can find
Kind of
those.
hides the wiring and
Fun.
those big springs that creak and groan when you move them around.
Plus, I think I broke one. I did break one, didn't I? Yeah. I broke one trying to manipulate it.
brute.
I am.
So
Set
in the
high
last
maintenance.
little bit of time, catch us up. What have you been doing that we should know about?
Well, I have been observing you have a sober month of June.
All right, here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. Well, I had an alcohol-free June.
Yep.
And so every now and again, sometimes people call that a dry
January.
dry-uary or
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
You know, you just interrupt old patterns.
Yeah.
And I decided that it to be a true test of discipline, not having alcohol, no beer by the swimming pool, no,
Gin and
drinks on the
tonics,
patio,
wine with
no
dinner.
Right. So I just took the entire month of June and had a no alcohol month. And it took about 2 weeks to be less grumpy about it. But after that, it's like, wait a minute, I'm not really missing all that much. And yet,
So
now
what
that
did
it's
you-
July, I'm back in the saddle.
So, what did you like about it and what didn't you like about it?
The thing I like about it is I knew it made you happy. In fact, I would say the only reason that it was probably part of my itinerary is because I know that it's better for you if I don't have a glass of wine with dinner or 3.
Why do you think it's better for me?
Well, why don't you tell us why it's better for you?
I would like to know what your opinion is about that. What's your thought?
My thought is we have this whole list of things to cover, and we shouldn't dwell on any one of them too long.
We can do a medium dive on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Well-
I feel like, there's a lot of people that are trying to minimize or reduce alcohol consumption. And it's really hard in this world because it is such a social
Yeah. Especially in the
expectation.
summertime.
Especially
Oh my
in the
gosh,
summertime.
every social event, every picnic, every 4th of July celebration, every
Yeah.
weekend, every
Right.
Tuesday.
But there are people that are struggling with health and knowing that by minimizing or completely eliminating
Mm-hmm.
that they can gain health back just from that simple thing.
Well, and it's interesting because it is a form of toxicity. Beyond a certain
Completely,
point,
yeah.
anything that you're ingesting beyond what your body will tolerate
Mm-hmm.
becomes what would be classically, clinically toxic.
Right.
Right. That's why they don't let you have too much alcohol to drive your car. So they'll say blow into this little tube, and if you're over a certain volume, then they'll say you're in deep water. Don't do that because it changes brain function, it changes muscular coordination, it changes a lot of different things in your physiology
Yeah.
beyond a certain point. And so, but like anything else, too much of anything can become toxicity.
Right.
So to step away from it and just say, all right, we're going to let the body have its way. We're just going to flush things out. Like every other ecosystem on the planet, if you stop polluting it, it will flush itself and clear itself and do a better job of being healthful from the inside out. So that's it. We just took a month and just said, let it happen. Let it flush itself out.
Yeah. So some of the benefits of not drinking are better sleep, organ health, liver function is so much better once it's cleared out.
No doubt.
For some people, it's reduced anxiety and depression.
Not everybody responds to things the same way.
Right.
We've talked about that on other episodes, whether it's drugs that are prescribed or whether it's alcohol over the counter. Not everybody responds to things the same way because no two people are the same. They don't have the same chemicals in their own body.
Right.
That's why some people can breathe pollen and some people can't breathe pollen. Some people can
Exactly.
eat strawberries or peanuts. Some people just can't. It's death to them. So how the body responds is going to vary from body to body. But one of the things that will always be consistent is letting it clear. If you stop doing what you've been doing, you'll get different outcomes for the health of the system.
Right.
So yeah, periodically it's a good idea.
Also, clearer thinking, cognitive function.
I'd love to say that's true, but that wasn't a big thing for me.
Maybe you didn't do it long enough.
Maybe I don't just overdrink. Maybe I drink sometimes.
Well, I'm just saying in general, like improved communication. That's what you're talking about. Happy wife kind of thing. Reliability. Being sober means being more reliable and present.
That's a huge
for
thing,
family and friends.
and I think it's very
Strengthening
easy for
bonds.
people to underestimate
For sure.
impairment.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're having a couple of drinks by the pool and suddenly
Your daughter
somebody's
breaks her
choking
leg.
or drowning and you got to get them to the hospital, that's a bad day
Yeah.
or whatever. So yeah, being available and being sharp is easier without alcohol. There's no doubt about it.
In a partner that can trust that. For
100%.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else are we going to talk about this month? Because we're moving on. I'm just telling you now.
Okay, so let's talk about the Chiro camp. That was such a huge blessing. I loved meeting every one of those kids.
Yeah, it
You
was
guys
a
had,
great weekend.
I mean, that was a stellar group of kids
Yeah. Yeah. One of my colleagues and I hosted 8 chiropractic students.
from 3 different universities.
3 different chiropractic universities, even though it is pseudoscience. and even though there's no valid reason to think the nerve system has anything to do with your health in any way. But, and who else? Somebody else commented something about that. It's
About pseudoscience? Was it on a different thing besides YouTube?
I don't know. I love it when haters comment because it just drives the algorithm up.
Well,
good.
and you are very good at responding.
Well, I used to, no. I'm way better now at not responding.
But when
Because
you
it's like,
respond, you give them thinking
somebody told me
points.
once, there's no benefit in singing to a pig,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Pearls to
It just
swine.
right. It just wastes a good song and it annoys the pig. So yeah, there's really no reason. But yeah, we had some kids in from several chiro colleges and just did some mentoring and training and some technique
Mm-hmm.
stuff for the weekend. And it was great. I mean, they are bright young people
Yeah.
with bright futures ahead of them.
And they
So
all are so interested in the technique that you use here.
Well, yeah,
that-
our method is a little
Nuka.
different than maybe what would be considered traditional chiropractic. So we've got people that are focused on that. Really, for me, it's about replacing myself.
Yeah.
Like somebody needs to be able to take care of my people when I'm not here anymore.
Right.
And so mentoring young people is
Mm-hmm.
just kind of part of what we've always done.
and they loved every second of it.
Well, you got to
Like
make
they
sure they're
didn't-
fed.
Yeah.
One thing about students is all you got to do is put out food and they have a great
They
time.
were saying that, like
That's
even when
it.
you go to the colleges, it's
Right.
like bring Chick-fil-A. That was the thing. And I'm like, Chick-fil-A.
I know. Everything's toxicity beyond a certain point, but everything is also manageable, below that point. So no, it was just a good group of kids and
Yeah.
good energy, good vibe. Lets me stay focused on,
Yeah.
what I'm doing and staying sharp. So yeah. It was a
So
good
you
time.
took them through like business, taking care of
business things,
patients,
practice
and also
things,
technique.
care things, technique things.
Mm-hmm.
They all dramatically underestimate what it takes to make a business run. And there's not, to be fair, there's not a lot of emphasis on that in chiropractic college.
Right. Exactly.
The
really need a
college's job
mentor.
is to make sure you can pass your board exams and become licensed. So at the end of the day, the education can really begin once you're done with your
Right.
schooling.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
just big fun.
Any one of them I would welcome to
Yeah.
participate in our community to care for people here.
Right on. Yeah, no, it was a good weekend. And you did some training back in June. Didn't you do some leadership changes?
Oh, yeah.
your
It's
summit.
actually, the Leadership Summit for Crunchy, which is our clean beauty company. We got to go. You have to earn this trip. And so we went down to Louisville, Kentucky, which was great. What they did was a heat map and decided to choose the place that had the most amount of leaders around that area.
Right.
Louisville was the one. It also had to have an airport close by, which it does too.
So you had fly-ins from how many different states?
I'm going to say at least 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a complete guesstimate. But a lot of them were close by,
Right.
like driving distance. Like Lily and I drove.
Right.
Some of the girls north of here, they drove too. from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And then, but it was so wonderful. I love the whole entire community at Crunchy.
Yeah.
But the leaders you spend a lot more time with. And so being together in person is just really special. You just kind of feed off of each other, and there's a lot of new ideas and inspiration, inspiring each other. We did some roundtable discussions, which was great because you had somebody from corporate at
Right.
each table, and then the leaders all around. And each table was a little bit different. So formulations and product development, and then team development and communications, and just all
Mentoring.
different- Yes.
Training.
Yeah. Well,
it's-
actually, no. That wasn't the training part. That was
Okay.
them wanting to hear from us. This is what we love, is to be able to just share our thoughts
Right.
in real time, and then they can take it back to corporate and develop new systems based on what we're talking about, or new products that we hear in the field that
Right.
are so that people are asking us for. And so they have something coming out soon, and it's something that's been asked about. What?
I love your enthusiasm for this particular part of our world.
I am enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, it's
the
not
reason-
synthetic. I totally understand.
Yeah, no, it's very real. It really is a passion for me because it changed my life
Yep.
to switch to hormone-free cosmetics.
Yeah, you talk about toxicity. Holy moly.
It's
The cosmetic world
ridiculous.
is loaded with toxicity.
And nobody is regulating it, and they continue to market and mislead people, and it is so disheartening because you see sickness and disease and all of the things that are happening from toxicity and extra stress, and
Yep.
we've had even more of that over the last 4 years. But this is a fun way to get healthy.
Yeah.
Well, you're my best customer. I mean,
Yes, I am.
he really is.
I'm a very crunchy man.
You actually did a whole video with the other
See, the
crunchy
things I
men.
do for you. I'll stop drinking beer for a whole month, and then I'll put makeup on.
Oh, he wants to get back on that subject again.
The thing I do for you. Well, they don't have a true men's line of
They don't.
product, but moisturizer for sure, sunscreen for sure.
Yeah.
A little bit of eyeshadow sometimes. kidding about that.
So we had a great time down there, and it was just really nice. Lily and I, when we go to retreat or summit, we always stay together, so it's a nice time to reconnect and just share.
We should have Lily on.
Yeah. Totally. I've asked her a couple of times. Yeah, hopefully she will.
She's blowing us off. Are we not famous enough yet?
I'll ask her. She had some good suggestions for other people to come on.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, podcasting isn't for everybody, but I think she would be
true.
great, and the information that she
Absolutely.
shares would be really phenomenal to have on here. And Gracie's already been on sharing her story, and that was a great
And
episode.
I guess that's what made me think of it. It's
Yeah.
like, why would they not all three
I've asked
be a guy?
Caitlin too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll
Maybe
get
when we
here
start
eventually.
doing remote things too, maybe it'd be easier to do things remote for some people.
Well, Caitlin's spending more time in the area. That's something else that was fun that happened this past month, is that she was here for 10 days. And so we got to spend some time with her. We had a nice little family gathering at the house, and we had a family friend that was staying over. And
Right.
It was just really, it was actually
been a
really,
busy
really
month.
fun. Yeah.
But at home for the most part. I mean,
Right, we
it
were-
was a month where we didn't fly one time,
That's true.
not one time.
Yeah.
Because this month I've got 3
know,
flights
you've
coming
got-
up in the
yeah.
next 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to spend time at our house.
Mm-hmm.
Got a bunch of this old house stuff done. Paint the deck.
Yeah.
Make sure the flowers are done.
Yeah.
Just
Keeping the
get
pool
things
running,
done.
yeah.
Yes. So yeah, it was nice to just kind of take a deep breath. And,
Oh, you got the waterfall going? Did you already say that?
no,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Every year that's kind
just
of
yard stuff. Really, just yard landscape stuff. But
Yeah, it's always,
yeah.
it always feels so good. And then when you get that done, we can just relax and not be out there thinking, oh my gosh, we've got to get this done, or that's a mess and we need to fix that. And
Yep.
you can just relax. He got some new lounge chairs from Sam's Club too, and those have been, I love them. They're so cushy soft.
Sam's Club.
Yeah.
What a magical place.
He goes to Sam's Club every week.
Not every week, every couple. I mean, I got it stuff for the office. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't go in there just to stroll around. And
No, but you also found
Purchase
some clothes
things.
for yourself.
I did. I found some
Yeah.
shirts.
Yeah. Graham and Grace are new Sam's Club members too.
It's a very exclusive club.
Does Honey like to shop in there?
What's not to like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
I love me some Sam's.
So that was the fun part of June for me. And then we
went
also
to Kentucky with some friends. You're in Kentucky twice.
I was, yeah, we crossed the river twice and like back-to-back weekends. One was more east. And we went down to Augusta on this little tiny ferry that held, 4 cars?
Yeah, 4 cars. This little rickety thing.
It was so funny. Well, it literally only took 10 minutes to cross it.
Right.
At the most.
But instead of taking a bridge, you drive right down to the edge of the river. This little ferry backs up. You drive your car onto it, and he hauls you across. Kind
It was really exciting. And then you get out of your car for like 3 minutes because then he wants you back in your car because he wants you off of his.
Right. You just drive right into this little tiny town.
Yeah.
And we met some friends and had some dinner and stayed in
at
this little historic inn.
Yeah,
place.
called the Augusta House.
Is that what it was?
The dinner we had at the Beehive restaurant.
Right.
And it was super cute. We sat on their balcony and that was
Watch people boating on the river. Just enjoying it.
showboating on the river.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they know they have an audience. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind
that
of a
was
casual
Yeah.
couple of days.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was a fun time. And then when we came back 2 weekends ago, then we got to be part of the boys' lacrosse tournament and watch
That was huge.
how many. Oh, I know. It was. I don't know if any of you guys have family members that play lacrosse, but wow, it is a really, really fun sport. It moves fast.
Yeah.
There's lots of new rules to learn.
Very different. But just the amount of people. I mean, I was blown away by the amount of people are in this one location.
And so how many games? Like, I think Noble played
Well, they had 15 fields going.
5 games over the
15
weekend.
fields with, multiple, so there's 30 teams on the grass
Mm-hmm.
at any given time with 15 fields. And then there's plenty of other teams waiting in the wings for their turn.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, tournament things, single
And then
double
I think-
elimination.
I think Hawk played 5 games as well.
Yeah,
remember.
it was tiring.
I mean, that's
just
a
to
lot.
watch.
Yeah.
I can't imagine running and
And not imagine. And then they're playing in between games
it's a young
with all their
person's
friends.
game, no doubt about it.
Did you guys throw? Do you guys
No,
have you
I've
thrown?
never tried it. I mean, you've
you
got
haven't?
a ball
Yeah.
about the size of a tennis ball, and you're catching it with a net about
Yeah.
the size of a baseball glove,
Right.
or maybe smaller, and it's
On
on
a
a
stick.
stick that's 3 or 4 feet long, and so it's fun to watch.
It's fun. They actually use that stick to slash at
It's a
each
bit of a
other.
weapon at
Yes,
times. Yeah,
they do.
It's a defense mechanism and it's an offense mechanism.
I mean, it's pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
And when you're close
In a
enough
good
to
way.
the field, you can hear the clanking.
everybody goes
all the
home with
things.
bruises. It's fair to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. Yeah. Because I think they allow them a little bit of latitude when it
helmets
comes
and
to
shoulder
that.
pads and gloves and elbow pads, mouth guard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they protect themselves pretty well. But a lot of running. I mean, it's a lot of
Especially
running,
for those midfielders.
right? The middies.
The middies. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
learning the lingo,
I know we're learning the lingo.
sort of.
Yeah. Attack.
And what did I purchase? Because you mentioned it. What did I get for you? At the sporting goods store.
Pickleball paddles.
Doesn't she look like a true athlete?
Actually, I do love sports. I just when I play, I get really obnoxiously competitive.
That's true.
And I don't like that side of me.
Yeah.
So like
So we're
Hawk and
kind
I
of late
went and
though
played
to the pickleball
tennis.
craze.
That's
the
true.
pickleball
I
thing
mean,
has been like
yeah,
a
Dawn,
big thing.
remember Dawn talking about it like 5 years ago, 6
than
years
that.
ago?
Yeah.
And they had pickleball courts up there in Traverse City for years.
Right. And everywhere. Even here. We just have ignored it.
Okay.
So we're late.
Yeah,
We're
we're
late,
late to the
bloomers,
game, yeah.
Late adopters in the pickleball world.
So I need to get on AI again and find out what the rules are.
Oh, you just got to have the right outfit. Really, that's what matters.
I have the right outfit.
Oh, congratulations.
I'll just wear the same outfit that I wear for
So do
tennis.
I. It looks exactly like what I'm wearing now.
Really?
Yeah, shorts and a shirt.
So you wouldn't wear like
It's just clothes.
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know. What about your shoes? You just wear tennis
A
shoes?
court style shoe.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I'd play in these Birkenstocks, but
You might be able to if you're playing against me.
yeah, it would give me a good excuse when you win. I would be like, oh, I had on the wrong shoes.
Are you going to let me win?
No,
You're going to make me earn it?
100%.
Okay. But I don't know. We have to have some kind of a code word or something.
Which one? The one that says you're overcooking it?
Yes.
Yeah, you get a little carried away.
Go have a timeout.
Yeah, we'll just bring Graham. Graham can be the ref. We'll
So,
put him one of those
I mean,
tall
it happens
chairs
when I
like
play
they have
ping
at
pong. I don't know.
Wimbledon.
It's not all, well, the only sports I really play are like ping pong or tennis
Yeah.
or now pickleball, I guess.
Well,
Are
we'll
those the only
see.
sports?
As far as I know, the equipment
he
is
also
still
got
in
me
the bag.
weights, little pink 3-pound weights. Because
And
I'm
what did
working.
you say? What have you used
I'm
them
like,
yet? What'd you say?
I have. I said, I don't I said, I don't want to get bulked up.
3-pounders. If you lift cans of tomato sauce, it's way more than that.
Well, I
Ooh,
was
gotta
concerned.
be careful.
But yeah, so I'm working on my resistance training.
Yes, yes. Well, and there's metabolic reasons that
sure.
resistance training should be a part
Absolutely.
of everybody's routine, really, at every age.
It really should, yeah.
But yeah,
We don't
it'll
eat
be-
marbled.
You're turning into kind of an athletic woman. You're the least athletic person I've ever met. And look what you're doing. Well, you have some equipment. I have yet to see it come out of the bag.
Well, I played tennis with Hawk a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't get competitive with him.
Okay.
Like when we've played, it's just kind of, we're not really like keeping score. So maybe that's the key. We can't keep score. Because I'm not
You
really
always keep score.
like in my head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
see.
either.
I'll be fine.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. And the clothes are cute. They really
I
are.
might be able to do that now after this.
No, we're going to go with Grace and Honey and Graham and get some food. Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right.
Oh, okay. She said the last queen.
Oh, it's been
Okay.
a minute. We haven't been over there.
Yeah. Oh, we can go see Adrian.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a fun
Anything else
episode.
in the last month where we want to just make sure we're all up to check this?
You
to
announced the parade, the 4th of
4th of
July
July.
parade. It's kind of an annual tradition. And then Grace
Me and my
and
buddy
Graham's
Rob have
parents.
been the parade announcers for our community now. And I think what's got to happen, they're just going to keep asking or keep expecting.
You
it.
guys do such a good job. You can't
We
decline.
just have fun. But if I start cussing just a little, they'll say, let's not ask him back. And then I can just sleep in. And
Actually, people would probably laugh and they'd still invite you back.
it's pretty funny. No, we have a good time. And the parade is super wonderful. It is like our community's little slice of Americana.
Yeah, it really
So you're
is.
going to have, bands and high school bands and politicians and local dignitaries and military equipment and the football team everywhere from, Pee Wee football through the high school senior football guys. What else is in there? I mean, local businesses, everybody from the dance studio to the tattoo joints or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, we have, it's a wonderful parade. It's probably 2 hours long.
Yeah, it is 2 hours long.
And so Rob and
Yeah.
I just, kind of introduce everybody and heckle and jekyll it for
Yeah.
2 solid hours.
And Graham's parents live on the corner and
Right.
they always have a big 4th of July blowout
Yep.
and invite everybody to come and just hang out on their property and watch the parade from there, which is always nice.
Of course,
And they always
everybody in the
have
neighborhood's
treats
been
and
shooting off
drinks.
fireworks for the week before the 4th of July and until even last night there were fireworks in the neighborhood at some point.
Yeah.
So
I think July is fair game, right?
apparently.
Yeah. You probably
there's-
have some stashed away.
There's no rules. Oh, no, you can't buy fireworks around here. Oh, yeah, you can actually. You just can't light them.
Oh, so we can't talk
Yeah,
about
sign
them.
here,
You
initial
can
here.
have
Yeah.
them, but you can't
Yeah.
light them off.
I don't want to go to real jail. I'm already in Facebook jail. I don't want to go to real jail. I am too cute for real jail. Never make it.
And fireworks are another thing that, oh my gosh, that's like if you never lit off another firework,
Right.
I would be totally fine with that. They make me so nervous. It goes back to my childhood days. I would get so freaked out when my dad would light off fireworks, like fire in the hole. It's too much for my brain.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I usually have to hide, like the dogs.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
I can't think of anything. Well, we got some stuff coming up in the office. We're doing our back to school drive, right? So we're collecting school supplies. That was my David Letterman impression.
Oh yeah.
Back to school supplies for all the teachers. We have a lot of teachers in our practice. And so you would be amazed at how much money teachers spend out of their own pocket to buy things for the students that can't afford the things they need.
Yeah.
So on this, we've got a little reminder. So all the members of our practice will be helping out. We do it every
That's
August.
awesome, yeah.
And then on the back of that card is a list of here's what kids could use. And really so, and our members are always just so generous. So we
Yeah.
do, we just put the opportunity out there and they just jump in and say yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just the generosity is.
Yeah, we do it with our food drive. Jane talked about that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The other thing we'll do toward the choking on my own spit. Toward the end of the month, we do a big family fun day.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be amazing.
So for everybody in the
Yeah.
office, we just
Yes.
host a big picnic cookout thing out at Young's Dairy.
Yeah.
We should have the Young's people on here.
I would love that. Yeah.
I think his name is Dan.
Yeah.
I'll check into that. But they have batting cages and water balloon toss and putt golf and feed the goats. And so there's all kinds
Oh
of
my
things.
gosh, Grace had a video of Honey feeding the goats.
Oh, is that right?
Oh my gosh, it was so cute. Like to her, because they have a Great Dane. Their dog is a Great Dane. So the goats are smaller
Yeah,
than Hiccup
the dog is way bigger than the
And the
goats.
way she was hugging on them was just like they were just dogs to her. You
Yeah.
know, it was so cute. And one of the
Is this
goats.
recent?
Yeah, she had it in her stories. Yeah, just last
Okay,
week. And one of the goats licked her chicken nugget. That,
Yeah.
And she's still,
She
they
doesn't
just
care.
shared.
Yeah.
They were he just got a little lick. It was fine. It's good for her immune system.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, no, Young's is a magical place in our community.
Yeah. So some fun things coming up from the office as well. Dragon's Night.
Yeah. Dragon's Night this week.
Taking some of our
by the
VIPs to the
time-
Dragons game later this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super fun. So we've had a great June.
Yeah.
We're gearing up for a big July. Like I said, a little more travel, a little more activity,
Yep.
A little more training.
Yeah,
and
we're
things.
going to Nashville
Taking
next
our
week.
staff and going for some training in Nashville. That'll be super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's just a little glimpse into what we've been doing. And so rather than bring on a guest this week, we thought,
Yeah.
hey, here's a little glimpse in.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a bunch of people signed up and scheduled
Yeah, there's
now.
a list coming down the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep up with those comments. Haters, always welcome.
But don't direct them at me.
Oh, I'll take all you got. It's like arrows. You can just watch them bounce off my armor.
Yeah.
Here's the fun thing about what we do. When you know you're telling the truth and other people are willing to reveal what they don't know about the truth,
Yeah.
it's okay with me. So it's kind of an opportunity to say, well, show me what about this you don't understand.
Yeah.
Because, everything I do, I'm sleeping good. We're solid. Yeah, we've been swimming upstream a long time with some of the things that we think, say, and do. And like I said,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's no reason to cower from true things.
Yeah. One of the things that I was wondering about, maybe our listeners can chime in with some comments, but hosting a week of nutrition.
Okay.
This was something that Lacey suggested.
All right.
Is doing a week of nutrition, maybe some little mini sessions in there, and just really immersing ourselves in nutrition for a week, and then also peptide therapies for a week, and just kind of
So
rotating.
some more health-oriented focus. We can dabble in it.
Yeah.
Like I said, part of it is about community. But the thing about health is that everybody's health affects everybody else's health.
Right. It's totally a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Because when
And
I'm not
so-
good, it's harder for you,
Right.
or vice versa.
But I mean, when you look, and one of the episodes that we got some comments on was talking about how much money we spend and what's the insurance system look like in our country. And at the end of the day, there's no incentive for people to stay healthy because there's a lot of money to be made managing sickness.
Right,
And
exactly.
when you broach that subject, and sometimes the same people who own the problem own the alleged solution, and not everybody sees that. Like the veterinarian who is also a taxidermist. Like either way, you're going to get your dog back. And so sometimes the management of health is kind of swept under the rug because the management of disease and the promotion of things that promote disease
Right.
is so prevalent in our culture.
It's so true, and I feel so bad for medical doctors because they can't spend the time that they need with each patient.
Yeah.
And they have this almost like a covering over them that even if they know that they want to treat in one way, they are governed by somebody bigger than them. That says,
Yeah,
"No,
I was
you
going
have
to
to do
say
it
that's
this
a
way."
whole separate episode, a whole separate can of
yeah.
worms. And like I
But there
said,
are
not all of it
practitioners-
revolves around truth. And
Right.
and the people who are willing to step out in truth are usually
Mm-hmm.
the ones who get a smackdown, or they get shadow banned, or they get
Right.
silenced or censored in some
But
way.
if you're not getting answers to your wellness or your health concerns, there are practitioners
Yeah.
out there that are willing to take a novel stand.
Right. So yeah, maybe we look at nutrition and some focused
Mm-hmm.
things about how to manage better health just on future episodes.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. Anything else you want to cover while we're poking around in what do we do for the rest of the world land?
No.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Okay. Well, comment, smash that subscribe button, hit the like, throw some barbs or some praise. We like it all. You can't hurt our feelings. And we'll just look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks, friends. See you. Bye.
Bye. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Fireball. Is that on? Oh,
Some of the Terryisms of that.